Devin, what's up, man?
Hey.
Welcome. This is, welcome to Coffee Talk. This is coffee. Well, for one of us anyways.
That's right. I'll have some coffee
afterwards.
afterwards.
Ill-prepared. So, like I was saying, man, this is just kind of like the intro portion. I would love to just pick your brain a little bit.
Sure.
No real formalities. I think easiest top of my question is, what's it like owning a gym in multiple gyms?
It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like I think every day I wake up and I'm excited. You know, I'm super passionate about fitness, and it's one of those things where I feel actually like really fortunate to like be able to like be around people and motivate people. The stuff that's not as fun is like there's always things happening that like you don't anticipate. Like, you know, you walk in and like there's a flood and you gotta all of a sudden like.
That's happened?
Oh yeah, multiple times. Like.
What do you mean you walk in, there's a flood? Like something broke or?
You know, we have a Capitol Hill gym where last month a toilet, like the water from the showers upstairs basically goes down, and there was a blockage where all the sewage goes out, and so it literally like spewed out.
So it was like sewage water.
Yeah. Oh, and so we had to shut it down, like totally get hazmat team in, like isolate the area.
How long did that shut you guys down?
Just a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, well, the good bad was it only flooded our offices,
yeah.
and it didn't actually even affect the gym members
to
at all.
save like the equipment. And
didn't touch anything.
Cool.
Didn't even touch the walkway that you walk in the door, but all of our offices were like underwater.
That's shitty.
Yeah, literally. But like those are things that there's always going to be something, whether it be a permit that you need to get, or you forgot to do something. There's so many things that it takes to run a gym, and it's surprising where it's like, hey, I want to get into fitness because I don't want a desk job and I want to wear, you know, t-shirt and shorts and sweat.
We're in a desk.
Right, and I'm in a desk and I'm learning things that are not necessarily my forte, and like I think as small business owners, like you have to be versatile. But I do think like being in fitness makes you better suited to be successful in it, where you know you live it and you breathe it, and every day, like if you know believe in what you're doing and you're passionate about it, like the rest is not that bad. Yeah,
we were just talking before we were recording about some new ventures you guys have going on with opening up like a franchise gym version, and you were sharing that some of the people in that experience aren't coming from like the fitness background; they're actually just in it for the business aspect. Would you say like who would realistically be best suited to open up a gym? Someone just looking to make a business investment, or like do you need to have that fitness background?
You know, like, so I hire people for, I think, to take a step back from there, like one of the most important positions that we have in like a full service gym is our fitness consultants.
Yeah.
And those are the people that are like on the ground talking with members, interacting with them. They're the ones that help people get signed up, and they follow up with them. And I always look for someone in that position that is super passionate about fitness, yet has some business acumen, and like is, you know, either good at numbers, you know, they're driven.
Yeah.
You have to find both, and it's the same thing as being an owner. I do think there has to be authenticity, especially now with like social media and, you know, building a community. Like,
you have to be transparent. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah.
You're basically trying to build like a family of people that are like-minded, and if you from the top, if it all flows down. And you know, one of the things that I learned when I came on board with Balance, Mark Crick, who's the general owner, I'm a business partner in the business. He came from rugby, and like day one, I actually ran gyms for 10 years before I came on with Balance. And
here in DC, or
in DC, yeah, for a company called Fitness First. I was actually like the guy that opened up the last couple of them. Actually, more like in Northern Virginia. So, out your way, if you know the Falls Church Gold Gym now, the one at Courthouse, the Gold Gym there.
The like Courthouse or Arlington Courthouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like right across the street where Max and I used to live. Yeah.
So I opened that one. I did like the full build out. Like all the equipment was what I purchased. Like. You might have noticed there was like, did you ever go inside there?
Yeah, I went a few times.
Okay, so it's like, it was very like, I would say like functional fitness friendly. Like
they had that little room in the middle, like the functional room,
which used to be childcare.
No, really? Thank you, Devin, for that.
We offered childcare for like a year, and we would get like one kid a day.
Yeah.
and when the kid would cry, it would echo through that whole
I can see that, yeah.
area. And I was just like, no, this can't happen anymore.
Yeah.
So we switched it over. I think we got a little off track there, but
like who's better suited for like the
no, yeah. So
gym
when I
ownership?
came over from doing more management, so I was like a general manager of Fitness First. I came over with Balance, and Balance was really just a startup. They had taken on their first full service gym, and they really, to be honest, just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I saw this as an opportunity to get ownership within the business, to grow with them, and take it from one location to 2 locations, and 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. Mark was like, dude, here's my day. Like, I'm teaching this class, I'm training these clients, and I'm like, dude, you're the owner. Like, why are you doing this? He's like, dude, this is what I love. Like, I'm the owner, so I'm gonna do what I want to do for one. But people do really respect when we're on the floor and like interacting with people and sweating with people. I never want to be in a gym where like the people that run the gym are in khakis and polos and they look like they don't exercise.
Well, these khakis actually, they're Lulu ABC pants, so I can squat in these.
I just actually cleared out Kid and Ace, which is like the more expensive.
They closed up here, man.
Yeah, I got like fancy stuff that I could actually.
Kid and Ace is the tits.
It's I mean, there were like pants that were like $250, and they were like it was 90% off. Yeah. So like $30, $40.
I found out way too late. I found out about that place. I found out about them late. I found out they were closing late.
Yeah.
I walked up and they already had the sign up.
I would never buy their stuff.
Hell no.
For retail.
It was all like I think the cheapest thing I saw was maybe $120.
Yeah. And I actually wouldn't buy Lululemon retail, but I was fortunate enough to be an ambassador for a while, and
be better than retail, people. Be better than retail. All right, get your discount.
Right. Well, when it's like your uniform on a daily basis, I love it. Like Lululemon is worth the money, and I do have a lot of it. And the nice thing is, it lasts a long time. So.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, I've had these for going on a year, and I wear them all the time.
When you blow out the crotch, they'll fix it for you.
Exactly, lifetime guarantee, man. While we're still on the topic of like the gym ownership stuff here, what would you say? Because there are a lot of people in our audience that want to like start their own fitness business, whether it's virtual or in person, brick and mortar stuff. What would you say is the biggest blessing being a brick and mortar owner, and what's like the biggest pain in your ass?
I mean, the blessing is to be able to do it. I'll tell you, like, it takes a lot of money. Like, and we're not a business that is, I would say, like, super cash flush. We're we're a small business, and it's all about each month. People pay their dues, we pay our bills, and hopefully we have some money in the bank at the end of the month. But like it's a tough balance, and we have you got to worry about payroll, you got to worry about taxes.
How many employees do you guys have?
400 maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, so we have 4 full service gyms, 3 CrossFit affiliates, and then F45, which is a separate business. Each of our locations are separate LLCs. The Balance brand, though, is over the 4 locations. But it adds up when you have, 20 people that are on payroll to potentially work front desk.
Yeah.
Instructors are the biggest one. So we have, 50, 60, 70 classes a week. Each location has probably 30, 40 group exercise instructors. Some work part-time, some are just subs. And then we have, front desk staff, cleaning staff, fitness consultants, managers.
A lot of mouths to feed, a lot of hands to hold sometimes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, and then, in CrossFit, it's a whole nother brand within the brand. So there's a lot. I mean, we just recently, switched payroll companies, and we were like, holy crap, we had no idea. We had so many people that have worked for us and work for us. So, I mean, but the nice thing is you have a business, no one's taking it away from you. It can grow. It can be, a place where you can hang out away from home. The other side, I know a lot of people that have their own business. They're independent personal trainers, things like that. It's a lot more simple, I would say, and because of that, it can lead you to really focus on your craft. And you can get really good at it. And going back to running a big gym, half of my day may be eaten up by things that I don't necessarily want to do or had planned to do that day. It's just, you know, the fact of the matter. So I feel like, you know, if you want to be a business owner, I would say go for it. Obviously, I think fitness is a great industry to be in, and I got in super early myself. Like when I was like 15, I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to work in gyms.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I've never like looked at anything else. Because for me, it was like, I really want to be healthy. I really enjoy being in a gym. If I could make this a career, I'd be super happy.
Would you still do it again? Like if you were looking to get into a new career right now, like would you advice to yourself and advice to someone right now, 2018, like would you still go open a gym?
Well, on one side, I have no idea what else I would do.
True, fair enough.
So there's no regret on my end on like I should have done something else, because for me it was like this is what I wanted to do and this is what I did. But are there easier ways to make a living? Probably, absolutely.
Sure.
You know, I have friends that have amazing jobs that pay amazingly well, and it's like 9 to 5, very simple. You know what success is, you know what failure is, whereas there's so many like little wins and losses every day. You know, I walk in and the pool's cloudy, and I'm like, well, do I, you know, should I let this affect me, or should I like talk to my pool company, or do I talk to my manager? And there's just a million little things that can like chip away at you on a daily basis when you have, I mean, we have over 5,000 members.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're never going to make all 5,000 happy.
Yeah, because like at that point, like every problem is your problem.
Yeah.
Where like when you're at the top of the food chain, like whether it's running out of paper at the front desk or
someone gets
staffing
hurt.
problem,
it's
all your
you
problem.
never know what can happen. And I think the thing that you have to realize is like you can't panic, and you kind of just have to roll with the punches and stuff, and you have good days and bad days. But I do sometimes, you know, envy the personal trainer that, you know, makes six
just
figures.
Walk in and walk out.
Right. They have 30 clients. They pay well, and you know they get gifts on the holidays, and they're like extended family, and that's it. They don't answer to anyone else, and you know they do their thing, and I'm like, I think you might be doing it better than I am, to be honest.
Sometimes, I question a lot of things that I'm doing, like, you know, because now being like a solopreneur or whatever, you know, we have a lot of different entities going on in Ever Forward, but you know, there are certain things where like no matter what goes wrong, like it's our ass. Like this is my problem.
Yeah, you
no
gotta explain one way or another why it happened and what you're gonna do about it.
Yeah. Damn, man. So, Devin, where can people find you? We're here in DC, by the way. If you didn't already know that, Balance Gym, F45 and U Street. You guys have what, 4 or 5 locations?
So 4 full-service gyms.
Yeah.
Capitol Hill is our newest one. Foggy Bottom, where we're at now, which is located inside the Fairmont Hotel. Thomas Circle, I would say, is our main facility. It's our biggest location. We got a rooftop there. I would say like it's the closest to our brand, where I feel like you walk in, it's like authentic. It's gritty, and then we have Glover Park. I
remember walking into Thomas Circle when we were moving up here from Richmond. We were like gym scouting, looking for places, and we walked in. We're like, yeah, this is it. Yeah, Thomas Circle is where Max and I both trained for like first like almost a year. We're up here.
Yeah, we have a great powerlifting community there. You guys were a big part of it.
Meg squats. That's where she was doing all her training.
She was a CrossFit member of ours for years.
And now look at her.
I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised, but it is funny looking back when she was a average CrossFit person, but her personality was just amazing, and you know, she was super passionate about fitness and everything, and like it is interesting for me. Like I have almost been in the industry now for 20 years, which is crazy. 8 years with Balance and Fitness First, 10 years prior. It is really cool to see like the growth of the smaller business owners, especially like stuff like apparel and lifestyle type stuff. You know, I think I mentioned to you, and I saw you heading out to the Arnold, you know, seeing the expo 10 years ago, it was only like, you know, Mileplex and EAS and these big companies. No one had a voice outside of that, and if you wanted to be a voice and a spokesperson of these bigger brands, it meant that you had to be successful on the stage. Whereas, you know, you have people like, you know, Chrissy Cagney, who, you know, they're their own brand, and they have never necessarily had to get on stage. You know, Max obviously has like great deadlift and this and that, but like he's not.
You build that culture, you build that initial appeal,
and
that
people,
stays your rock.
Exactly, and if people relate to you and they want to connect with, what you're about, like that's how you build your brand, and you build a community around your brand, and that's, going back to like running a gym, like what we've always been about is like, what do we want in a gym? Like, when you guys built District Barbell, like you built it, the gym of your dreams, giving the constraints that you have. You know what I mean? You guys didn't have $1 million to throw down, but it's like you find the pieces you like, you bring the people in that you want, and this is like, hey, this is what I wanted.
Build the dream together. Absolutely, man.
Yeah. And I would say like the tougher thing is like the next step for me is like, with a gym that has 2,000 members, not everyone's vision is going to be my vision. I have a community of people that do pole dancing at my gym, and I have a community of people that do yoga, and those are
That's
things.
A whole other episode, I bet. Pole dancing, fitness,
yeah. But you have to help nurture each of those, and you want to help foster those communities. Like we started a gardening club this year, and like I'm gardening on the roof for the first year. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I saw you kept posting that. So I thought you were just like at your house or something.
No, it's on the roof of the gym. Thomas Circle.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, so like we bought, I want to say it was 5,000 pounds of dirt or 10,000 pounds of dirt, and we literally did like a strongman workout where we just like farmers carried buckets up the stairs.
That's functional fitness, man. You work out, dump it, you grow your food right there.
There you go. So yeah, I'm growing some kale. I got hot peppers and tomatoes, and we're gonna do some salsa hopefully in a couple months. But like, doing silly, fun things like that, I do think attracts all of a sudden a whole nother group of people. I had no idea that some of these guys who were powerlifters were like, oh yeah, I love gardening. Like, let's do this. And like, so literally we're like powerlifting on the roof, watering our flowers, like in between sets.
Like big giant powerlifters, like taking care of the green thumb in them.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. But like, and I know we're gonna talk a little bit about like pride and all those things. For me, I have always wanted to build a place where like people want to be there and they want to feel like they're a part of it.
Belong,
and especially in a city like DC, because so many people come into DC where they don't know anyone. They're moving here for work. There's great jobs, but there's not that much like community. I think it's getting better. There's a lot of social sports out there and things like that. Yeah. But I think for us, one of the reasons why we've been successful having to compete with like our closest competitor here is Equinox. Yeah. Like Equinox, it's like a legit gym, and I have people that leave Equinox all the time to come over here.
It's totally different worlds. I've trained at Balance. I've trained at Equinox. It's like two opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah.
And we don't necessarily ever want to go toe to toe with an Equinox because we could lose. We don't have a lot. The budget they have, their ad budget for 1 month is probably what ours is for the year. Yeah. Or a decade even. But I think people do appreciate what we do. We make sure that we check in with our members. We know their names. We try to encourage them. And at the end of the day, like, people need to see results. People need to feel welcome. And I think we do both of those very well.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're going to dive all into that, into the full-length interview. You can check it out on the podcast. Devin, thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, man.
This has been Coffee Talk at Balance Gym. And again, check out the full-length interview linked down below.